Show a language model a brand new pattern, and it picks it up on the spot with no training just from the examples in front of it. Give it a made-up word paired with a translation once, and it will reuse that pairing moments later. For a long time that ability was a black box. We could measure it, but nobody could say what part of the network was responsible. Then researchers at Anthropic, in a 2022 paper by Olsson and colleagues, pointed to a specific piece of machinery inside the model that does it. They called it the induction head. Here is what it actually is. Now, before we open it up, look at the shift in framing that makes this result matter. Before, the honest answer was basically a shrug. Models learn from context, we said, and somehow it just happens. It looked like emergence with no address, a capability we could measure but never point to inside the network. These heads change that. Induction heads are a concrete circuit we can actually name and locate specific attention heads that carry out a simple copying rule. Instead of magic, you get a mechanism you can inspect, and that is a big deal for interpretability. So follow a single prediction through the circuit because the clever part is that it takes two heads working together across two layers, each doing its own job. It sounds elaborate, but the logic is easy to trace once you take it a step at a time. First, in an earlier layer, a previous token head does something modest. It walks along the sequence and copies each token's identity forward onto the next position. So every spot quietly remembers what came right before it. Then the induction head takes over. It looks at the token you are on right now and searches back through the sequence for an earlier place where that same token already appeared. That is the prefix matching step, finding the repeat. Having found that earlier match, the head attends to whatever came right after it last time. This is where the previous token head pays off, because that forward-copied identity is exactly what lets it jump to the following position. Finally, it copies that token forward as the prediction. Put simply, the model saw followed by B earlier, it sees A again now, so it predicts B. Prefix matching and copying, running inside the attention layers. Here's the thing, 3 points are worth holding on to about why these heads matter so much. They are a two-head team. A previous token head feeds the induction head, and together they implement prefix matching and copying, one of the cleanest fully understood circuits we have found inside a transformer. They power learning from context. That ability to grab a fresh pattern from the prompt and run with it, the thing that makes these models feel so flexible, is driven in large part by exactly this copying behavior. And they show up suddenly. During training, induction heads appear abruptly at the same moment loss takes a sharp drop, a phase change, which is strong evidence they cause learning from context to emerge. All right, let us gather the essentials into a handful of takeaways worth carrying away from this one. Induction heads are specific attention heads that a transformer grows during training, and they implement a simple copying rule. They work as a pair across two layers. A previous token head copies identities forward, and the induction head matches a repeat and copies what followed it. That copying behavior, matching a repeated pattern and continuing it, is a major driver of how models learn from the examples sitting inside their own prompt. They emerge abruptly during training right alongside a sudden drop in loss, which is why they are a flagship result in mechanistic interpretability. Want more of these AI ideas unpacked in plain words? That is exactly what we do over at Standarity.com.